At last, we are playing Freddi Fish 3! Told you I'd get there.
How are you enjoying the flight on Pelican Fam Airlines, Freddi?
A lot, Sam. Gosh, Luther, it was really great of your Uncle Blenny to invite us to the Founders Day Festival.
Well, Uncle Blenny says that I'm his favorite nephew. And you know I'd never take a special trip like this without
How much you
my
want to bet
best
he's his
friend
only
Freddi
nephew?
Fish.
Like, the nephew. Welcome everyone to playing Freddi Fish 3 with Gun Bunny, G.u.n.n, Bunny! And we are back into this series. Took a little while, but there's something weird about this one that needed a lot of work.
Smooth landing.
Luther? Thanks for the lift, Sam.
Have a good time!
Oh, we will. We're helping adults, because adults like to get themselves into too much trouble.
There'll be visitors from around the world at the Founders Day Festival. That foreign language phrasebook could really come in handy.
Right as rain, Freddi, it's all yours. As soon as you give me one R and C urchin, that is.
And this is kind of what I'm expecting from these games. I'm immediately expecting the trade and the upgrade, which I love. I think it's the cutest part because it's memory and deduction.
Hey, Luther, what word do the letters U-R-C-H-I-N spell?
Urchin.
Can't think. Rain falling.
This is how I feel about math. Thinking. Math, spelling,
so
too
silly.
hard.
They spell urchin, as in we found a purple sea urchin.
One purple sea urchin. And a bunch of random
That looks
clicks.
like something expensive. Yikes! I almost lost a fin. I'm not trying that again.
Not without something to keep that clam from snapping shut. That old fishing net is blocking our path. I wonder how we can get past it. I wonder what will happen if I pull this plug.
Great job. I knew you could pull it off. Get it? Pull off?
Oh, Luther. I'd better hold on to this. You just never know when a drain plug might come in handy.
I'm getting so much weird reverberation and feedback, and that's how I felt about the game as well.
Luther,
So if you're
Freddi,
experiencing that,
over
I'm
here.
sorry. I did everything I could to take it away. But the general sound on this one,
Uncle Blenny.
I don't
What are
know,
you
something.
doing in jail?
Well, Luther, the Great Conch Shell was stolen. The Founders Day Festival can't start without it. Since I'm the grand exalted keeper of the conch, I'm the prime suspect.
Yeah, the
But I
mayor.
didn't
That's
do
where we
it.
go first.
Here's a diagram
There's
of
no
the conch
background
shell
checks
before
to
it was
mayors
taken.
or any reason
The
they become
priceless conch
mayors.
had 3
Just the
golden
fact that they
pipes,
hold
but
cool
they may
stuff.
Have fallen out. And here's a picture of all the people who were nearby when the crime happened. There's Gil Barker, Claw, Nadine the Narwhal, Rosie Pearl, Pierre the Tailor, and Horst Fetters the tourist.
Can't your dogfish sniff out the thief?
Old Soggy Sniffer ain't what it used to be. But if he can get the 3 golden pipes, he can pick up the scent.
We'll find the 3 golden pipes, Uncle Blenny.
You're my only hope, nephew. You and your friend Freddi Fish.
Okay, old Soggy, what do we do when we find the bad guy?
Hurrah! Well, we discover him, and then we clearly murder him, which is excessive.
That's my plan, too.
It's not really how we deal with thieves. It's a bit
How's
much.
the investigation going?
Don't worry, Uncle Blenny. We're on the case.
Okay, so aside from the fact that I edited for a little bit of movement so that when we swim between locations, this one is so much more driven than the last two have been. I mean, you are hauling it. It's hard to talk for this one because It is thing after thing after thing after thing. It was much more linear than the previous ones. It is way more, we got places to go and people to talk to and everyone's got dialogue to talk.
Oh, if only I, Pierre, had the perfect accessory for my hat, mon chapeau.
What's wrong with the egg that's on it?
The egg, it is too roly-poly, but I suppose it will have to do. Unless, of course, I could get the perfect accessory, a blue-tailed joey bird feather.
That would look beautiful, Pierre. Excuse me, sir.
I think
but
it's
are
an
you a
Easter hat.
tailor?
That's how you sell it.
Tailor.
Why is there an egg
I
on
am
this hat?
Pierre, the
It is
tailor.
Easter.
Pierre, men sing self better than new.
So if something was torn into a million billion teensy little pieces, could you mend it together?
Sure, with my eyes closed, floating on my head, and with both fins tied behind my back.
All right, at last I have a few seconds to talk. So, I appreciate that they clearly saw that there was too much music in the previous version. That the previous version was just absolutely slammed in music, and that it was distracting, and that the music didn't really work. At least these are my perspectives. But they kind of went the other way on this one. There's less to click and there's less to interact with, so therefore you're just sort of plowing into the doing of it all. And you don't get a lot of breathing in between. Not saying there aren't rooms like this. Poke, poke, poke. Click, click, click.
Look, Freddy, there's something behind that waterfall.
Wait! Luther!
No, he'll drown! I mean, probably not, but I think it would stun him, and I don't really know. If a fish is stunned, does it start to die?
Me too. We're
He's a
just
pretty
gonna
little
have to
fish.
Find another way to get to that waterfall.
There must be a better way. Another way. The Freddi Fish method says there is. Plus, we just gotta poke all this little insanity as we go along. Now, originally, I played this for 15 minutes and it
Hey,
crashed.
Luther!
So
Do
I
you
had a
see
different
what
bad
I
guy,
see?
because all of those bad guys in the picture are available to us to be villains, which I think is cool. I like that every time you restart, it could be someone else.
Would you like to try a banana? No thanks. I already had a big bowl of krill toasties for breakfast.
But I started with the
Name's
monkey
Magenta.
out
I'm
on the
Luther,
boat
and
with
this
it,
is
which
Freddi
anyone who
Fish.
played this in their time knows what I mean. And the
You know
ability
what
to
my
have to
favorite
take
food
her
is?
sail
Worm
back to
doodles.
the tailor to have the sail
I
repaired
can see we won't be
was
getting together
awesome.
for dinner
And I was
anytime
sad to
soon.
lose it. Because although there were pipes up in this banana bunch here that I just clicked, I still think you could have left in that we had to go rescue her. Just as a side thing. Just as another kind of point. And I was disappointed that it was left out. Like I said, way more linear here. We got things to do and we rushed into them. It's almost offensive.
Excuse me?
That's not going to work, Luther. That foreign tourist can understand what you're saying.
But I like the idea that, you know, he really can't understand us. It's not trying to be offensive. It's just... It just had to be something. Although I understand Simish. Glad we got that spy fox in there. Which I'm gonna play. That's coming, I promise.
Look, there are loads of orange sea urchins in this wallet. We're rich, rich, rich.
Powerful. Time to
Why
take
does
over the
it
world.
belong to
We'll
us,
corner the
Luther?
sea urchin market.
According to this identification card, it belongs to someone who used to be the Grand Exalted Keeper of the Conch. I'll hold on to it until
Sounds
we can
like the
find
mayor.
owner.
But we're gonna try to hand it to everybody else. It's funny, I don't even think I paid attention when that happened. I love this plane. The giant underwater plane wreck was such a cool idea. And then you only get this room. Just this one room. And I mean, I'm sure there's usually something in it, depending on who your bad guy is. But come on, I want to go through the plane. Boo. Alright, down we go.
Hey, get out of the bullies club.
Is this your wallet?
No, but I'll take it anyways.
No, you won't. Luther and I will only give it to its rightful owner. It's a drain plot. To prove Uncle Blenny is innocent, we still need to find all 3 golden pipes and the stolen conch shell and discover the identity of the real culprit.
This is neat. I think this single shot is showing how much they've come along. Because look at the underlighting and the change of color to everybody. I love the Bullies Club and how it looks. This glowing magma sort of pond thing is really cool. Off! Off to the other part of the map. Sped up ever so slightly. I just like to keep these things hustling.
Step right up, gills and buoys, for the most amazing carnival under the sea. You remember the terrific Tumble-Tooth ride last year? Well, what we've got in store for you this year is even better.
Come one, come all. Go up, go down. There will always be better things to be found.
Wow, it's a Grandma Grouper fortune teller machine.
Takes me to
I've
big
heard
right
about
away.
these.
The Zoltar machine?
Look, Freddy,
That's gotta be the reference.
Put it over here, and I'll hang on to it for later. Good work, Luther. Hard work pays off.
Truer words were never spoken.
Nope, don't buy it.
In unity, there is strength.
See, that one does better.
Can't argue with that.
Many small ants take down big grasshoppers. I like this piano. I liked it the minute I found it in the game.
Carnival organ in for the Founders Day Festival. I love music. There are 9 drum rhythms we can play.
So I just wanted to enjoy the little piano because although it's so nothing nowadays, it's interesting how you still get little things like this on apps. And I purposefully turned the sound down so we could kind of enjoy the range. But, you know, in a culture where you would have been playing this in a room with a lot of other students playing the same game, you better believe we're all playing with this piano and we're all messing around. And everybody's got cows and pigs and you name it, whatever this thing can do, rocking around. So, you know, it's a nice little additive, and I thought it was something that I want to see more in the Freddi Fish games that they didn't hang on
As
to
far as I'm concerned,
in
the
other
fish is
games.
just the right
I
thing
can
to
only
be.
think of maybe a couple examples, but the music level was not as excessive. They didn't put the effort in the same way. Look at that little shovel. You know that doesn't belong here.
Look, Luther.
I don't know why I need it, but I need
Use
it.
it to dig a hole all the way to the other side of the world.
Whatever you say, Luther. Did you lose a wallet? I don't think so.
Well, I guess it's ours then.
Luther!
Excuse me, but I think you've got something rather large caught between your teeth.
Silly boy, those are my teeth. I mean, my tooth. Only 1% of lady narwhals ever grow one, so that makes me rather special, don't you think?
Well, to tell the truth, I'm sure that as narwhals go, you're right up there.
I think Luther is a shoulder demon. Because I noticed Freddi has to kind of be
Look, Freddy,
the
it's a
good
purple
voice
sea urchin.
here.
Got it! These kelp vines are too thick for us to get past.
Yuck! That tastes horrible.
If we can find someone who likes to eat this
Kelp.
type of kelp, then we can get through this doorway.
This puzzle was cute. This was the first time I saw them do something fundamentally innovative.
Hey, that fish looks like it's really hungry for those kelp vines.
Because we haven't done this kind of puzzle yet.
I sure wouldn't.
Look at this. It's so cute. I mean, in a gross
Look, Luther,
way.
the doorway's clear.
Swell.
Alright, time for some music. This is the only music they put in, and I felt I had to include it. But I'm going to, after these first ladies, say some nice things about Freddi Fish to kind of eat up our musical background. Freddi Fish is a series of point-and-click games from Humongous Entertainment. The series began in 1994. Freddi Fish is an anthropomorphic yellow fish who takes on detective investigations throughout the series. Her best friend, a green fish named Luther, goes with her on all of her adventures. The voice of Freddi Fish was performed by Annette, gonna get that wrong, Tongi? Toutonghi, and the voice of Luther was performed by Mike McAuliffe at Bad Animal Studio in Seattle, Washington. The series sold more than 2.5 million copies and won over 75 awards of excellence. In each game, there are multiple different possible sets of quests one has to complete in order to complete the game. Depending on the playthrough, randomness determines which set of quests the player is given. The two fish usually journey together, but in rare instances throughout the series, they may be separated, and the player takes control of Luther. In such sequences, items cannot be used until Luther reunites with Freddi. Overall, Freddi Fish Jr. adventures are mainly about helping solve others' problems, which are tied into a constantly progressing storyline. In all the Freddi Fish games, except the second game, Haunted Schoolhouse, the game is divided into two areas. A larger main game where the player completes favors for NPCs and gathers and uses items to work towards solving the mystery in question, and a smaller endgame area that is the point of no return, where Freddi and Luther lose most or all of their items to confront the main antagonist and finally solve the mystery. So there you have it, Freddi and Luther meant to be together, warm-hearted, yellow-green friendship in the big blue wet thing. And I think that covers most of the music. Alright guys, onward! It was so weird to have such a musical thing just kind of be jammed in, like people are going to be looking if we don't get some music in.
Terrific tumble tubes.
I won't fit in these tubes, Luther, but you can go. I think
guess.
this makes you go through the tubes twice.
I didn't know what to do. I was just like, yeah, sure,
Just open that tube.
this tube. And I was like, well, I'll go through it and see what happens and if it goes out okay. And I'm trying to figure out which tube to put him through and what I should do to get this what do we call it? The piece of the
I can hardly wait to
flute.
get home.
And I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, probably. I was like, oh well, let's just try. And by some chance, I magically got that right. Total fluke.
One of the golden
Guessed.
pipes.
Good.
It's a pipe.
Ah,
I'm like, flute
now
was
we
all I
need
was
just
trying to
2
go for.
more golden pipes for old Sully to pick up the scent.
I did not even, I just was like, yeah, this one, then that one.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Gee, I wonder how many golden pipes Freddi and Luther have now. I sure hope you're right. Oh.
I'm touched he has a lot of faith that we've got some already. That we're on the road. Alright, traveling back. Woohoo! At maximum speed. Alright, I think this shovel...
isn't strong enough to keep the clam from climbing up.
And then I'm surprised. I was like, oh, well, I used the shovel to prop it open. Of course. That makes perfect sense. Alright, where are we going?
Here's a purple sea urchin.
That's just one purple sea urchin. I need 3 more before you guys get through the door.
I can't decide
Another
if they
purple
amplified
sea
this
urchin
up
for ya.
for counting reasons, or if they really
Purple
thought
sea urchin
people were
number
just
2,
going to walk
but
by
that
and
ain't
give him
gonna
one
do.
every
2
once in a
purple sea urchins
while.
more, bring the
I want to
total
hope
to
it's
4.
for counting. They wanted to get
Here's
counting
another
in
purple
here.
sea urchin.
That's 3 purple sea urchins, and I'm 1 away from having enough to let you play.
Here's our last purple sea urchin.
Huzzah!
4 purple sea urchins, precisely the price of admission. And fortunately for you two, we're having a special. For every little yellow fish that pays admission, a little green fish gets in absolutely
See,
free.
yellow and green
Boy,
friendship.
Did I ever hit
is
this on
key.
the right day?
Flip the critters up the wall. When enough of the same critters touch each other, they'll go away. If you use all the critters in the tube, you'll advance to a new level. But watch out. When the critters move above the bar, they won't go away.
This is the difference between back then and now. When I played through this, and I played, I think, 2 levels, and I only really let 1 live in the recording, but so much of me wanted some kind of reward, and your reward is you get to keep playing, because that was enough of a reward at the time, versus now where it's like, I need more. This is not enough for me. My reward, I need something to go with this reward. I have moved beyond that being enough. But it's a really cute little game, and I like the dexterity to it. And it would have been incredibly hard on an IBM back in the day, because you wouldn't have had the reflexes you have now. I mean, none of us when we were very young were rocking our type speeds that we hold on to now. And yeah, I think it would have infuriated me. And yes, I feel like you would have been calling out how many levels you'd gotten to before your teacher told you that you had to
Right,
stop.
here we go.
I just know that would have been a thing. So, that's the difference in expectations, to say the least.
I don't think I ever appreciated how good it is to breathe the water of freedom.
We'll prove that you're innocent and get you out of there as quick as we can, Uncle.
We found this wallet.
My wallet! You're both doing such a good job helping me.
Are we allowed to
Please
give
take an
prisoners
orange
their
sea
wallet?
urchin for your trouble.
Thanks a lot,
I feel like no. I feel like there should be a guard
Just
here.
1?
Luther. Say thank you.
It's okay, the pelican
Thank
needs
you,
it.
Uncle Blenny.
Alright. Onward! We gotta go figure out this waterfall. It took me a little bit to figure out what this wanted. It let me select the shovel, so I knew that the shovel had to have some interaction. But I didn't know what that interaction was. It never
Hey,
occurred
Luther,
to me
help me dig out
that
this
it
old
dug
hollow
out this
log and
log.
pull it into the water.
Okie dokie.
Literally, I was randoming it because I believed there had to be something. I had so many tools, there had to be something.
All right.
Come on, Luther. Help me push this log.
Well,
Forward.
I'm not pushy by
March.
nature, but in this case,
Onward.
I'll make an exception.
Into the breach!
We can't slack off, Luther. Not if we want to push the log into the waterfall.
If you're having trouble at this distance of current, you're gonna have a lot of trouble putting
Freddi,
this thing
why did
under
the
the
chicken
fall.
cross the road?
I don't know, Luther, but if we don't find a way to build a tunnel, we'll never get behind that waterfall.
Push! Push! Whoosh.
a little further and we'll have this log in position.
Whoosh.
Ah! If we can just keep the log moving, we'll be home free.
Just gotta give it a heave.
Ah!
Hiya! We did it, we did it, we
I
did
just
it.
had a brainstorm. This old hollow log might help us get through the waterfall.
Aw,
You
Luther.
should try having brainstorms on a more regular basis.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's some good and solid advice. I like this kind of Kontiki sort of space. And there is our flute.
Luther, I think we need to find something else for that blue-tailed joey bird to cuddle with if we want to get that golden pipe.
Like that good old-fashioned part that makes
Look
that
at the
hat very
feathers from a
Eastery.
blue-tailed joey bird.
It's beautiful, Freddy.
Good job, Luther.
Poke, poke, poke. I love it all. It's so cute. I would love to see a game embrace this little like nonsense decorative animation again. Nothing comes to mind, but if you can think of one that's more current, that's like that, let me know.
Hi, folks, and welcome to the world-famous Luau Show, where we bring you everything from the dramatic to the acrobatic, and it's all 100% aquatic. So now, ladies, gentlefish, and guppies, prepare to be amused and amazed.
Oh, ooh, wow.
What do you know about the Great Conch Shell nabbing?
I don't know anything about it except that a little narwhal was eyeing the shell yesterday.
I think the weirdest thing is that her voice is such a Judy Garland sounding voice. Oh, tragedy.
Yeah, you bet it was.
Okay, believe it or not, that was a real show. It was a real thing where a person would walk out and just smash a watermelon and sell tickets. This is a real thing. But of course, like every other Freddi Fish game, this is the equivalent of our theater, so here we be with our shows. Let's go get the egg for this bird. We need that phrase book.
Pierre, we found a beautiful blue-tailed joey bird feather.
We thought you might like it to decorate your hat.
Oh, yes! The feather is a perfect accessory for my hat, mon chapeau. You can't keep that roly-poly egg.
Success! And now we are up an egg.
It's magnifique.
Dre chic. Back. We need that phrase book.
How would you like to sell that foreign language phrase book for one orange sea urchin, Sam?
One.
I'd rather get a snack,
ah.
but an orange sea urchin will do.
Thanks a lot, Sam. We'll put this to good use.
I like that the lays just hang out here. So we kind of pop in and out of them. That's cute. I like that little feature. Alright, back to the little medium blue chicken. Medium? I'm gonna say medium chicken. Dookie dookie.
This egg should make that blue-tailed joey bird happier than that golden pipe ever.
what?
Oh, 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 Tuki Tuki. What is that egg gonna, like, turn into? Is that, like, her egg? Or do you think she's raising, like, is this the lizard eats the birds thing? Ooh, I don't know.
Is it true that we're not going to have a festival? Is it, Mommy? Gee, I hope they can find the conch shell so we can have a festival. I've waited all year.
Nice little cinematic in the middle there. Like I said, I still think I like the build-up of the villain better. Especially in the first game. The first game is still tops for me. And after the music of the second game, that wins the bottom for a while.
Freddy, I can't understand a word that foreign tourist is saying.
Maybe we can find the language he's speaking in this foreign language phrase book.
I like this. This is the knots from previous games, right? We're just reworking getting the rope. And that was last game too. So I like that we have to figure out what language he belongs
The flag
to.
that's selected in the foreign language phrase book matches the flag on this bag.
It gives you a better depth of thinking there are lots of, like, you know, languages that this man
Will we
could
please
speak.
have the shim sham jimmity jam clapper gapper that's in your bag?
Predicament sent everything. So, the Shim Sham Jimmity Jam Clapper Gapper that's been giving Horse Feather so much trouble is what you want? I'd be glad to give you to it.
Horse feather. Horse. That's so cute. Horse feather. Father. I don't know, I can't do a German accent, so that's lost on me.
Thank you, Mr. Feather, sir.
Alrighty, time to go get that last pipe. Because if this can't do it, nothing can.
A shim sham jimmity jam clapper gapper will keep that clam from snapping shut. Okay, Luther, I'm gonna need your help.
Righto, Freddy. Yikes!
Where is he getting that to?
I got a golden pipe.
I
I
don't
wish
care
you'd take
what
that
anyone
clamshell.
else says.
Let's go
You're a
sick it
good
on the bad
fish.
guy.
We did it, Freddy! We
Woohoo!
found all 3 golden pipes.
Now we go take them to the...
Let's see if Old Soggy can pick up the bad guy's scent.
That's right. Let's go take them to the underpupper. The wooter
Here you
poop.
go, boy. Come on, Luther. We've got a bad guy to catch.
I love this temple. This, like, Mayan temple is
Old
amazing.
Soggy! A thief!
Get him! Mush! Don't. Just the lamp.
Jewel.
Only
I'm gonna be
touch the
rich,
lamp.
rich. Uh-oh.
Touch
Hey,
nothing else
what
but the
happened?
lamp.
Well, I saw this jewel and then I took it out and the door closed and I don't...
Just put the jewel back,
Yep.
Luther.
Luther! Oops.
Don't worry. I'll find a way to get you out so you can put the jewel back and we can catch that thief. Old Soggy, you go on ahead and track that shell thief. We'll meet you back at the center of town as soon as we can. I'll find a way to get the gem and have you out of there in no time, Luther.
Good, because there are some pretty fishy things down here. Besides me, that is.
What is possibly down there? In the comments, please include what you think Luther is currently hanging
That's
out
a
with.
gorgeous shade of red. I hope this doesn't set off another trap. But I've got to try everything to get Luther out. This red crystal could really come in handy if I could only break it loose.
Off to find a tool. Green crystal. Look at that, a big old chisel.
It's a chisel. I should hold on to this. It might come in handy.
That should do perfect for what we are up to. You know, nothing says possibly haunted like chiseling out things in a big old sunken Mayan temple. A sarcophagus has been found with a giant crystal in it. Put it back, put it back, put it back.
A chisel could loosen that crystal. This crystal sure gives off a lot of green light. That might come in very handy.
I love
The
that it
crystal
grows
grew
back. I love it. I love it. That is the best jewel. It is definitely not haunted in here, and that is super not cursed. I'd be terrified to take this stuff out of here.
This beautiful red crystal sure gives off a lot of light. That could come in very handy indeed.
Gotta play with all the silly little things. Alright, now we're gonna get a blue crystal.
Oh, it's beautiful blue.
Still stuck.
Phew,
Need the
this
chisel.
blue crystal could really come in handy. If only I could break it loose. Wow, look at the light from this blue crystal.
Ooh. Ah,
That
illumination.
could come in handy.
Oh, now I just want to watch the Magic School Bus episode with the colors and light. It's a pinball machine. It's the best episode. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Best episode. Alright, let's go figure out how to save Luther. And remember which one he's behind. I had to poke some more stuff. Because I'm lost. I'm trying to remember where I came out of. That's why I can't play games with too many doors. I can't play something like Dark Souls. Or like Static Squirrel does, I'd be done for.
Hey,
Now I know these
I'll
colors
bet that's
change.
the key I need to get Luther out. Right. Nothing in this place is as easy as it looks.
Yeah, well, you know, cursed Mayan underwater temple.
I wonder what that hole is for. I have an idea. Ooh.
Let's get this key.
Yippee!
I like we give it
got
the sense of scale that it is a little bit heavy. Even though we're fish, it's nice to see some resistance. Alright, Luther. Now put it back. Just the lamp. Only touch the lamp.
Luther!
I'm free!
Let's put that jewel back. Look, Luther. The thief must have dropped this bag. Looks like we can solve this case. Come on.
And now, for the first time ever, the show won't go on.
It's unbelievable! The letdown of a lifetime! This is more disappointing than when the Plankton Circus came to town!
It's all Uncle Blenny's fault. I'm gonna give that bum a piece of my mind.
Stop!
Uncle Blenny is innocent.
The thief dropped this bag. When we looked inside, we found this microphone, which means the thief is Rosie Pearl. You're the thief.
Dun dun
Could have been
dun.
anybody's microphone in that bag. You ain't got nothing on me.
Oh, no?
Okay, so maybe you do have something on me. I confess, the Great Conch Shell is a real crowd pleaser. I figured I could have a full house every night if I used it in my show.
Maybe. But stealing the conch made everyone else unhappy. It's selfish to do something you want when it hurts other people. And it's just plain wrong to steal.
I acted like a second-class entertainer. I am sorry. Here it is. The Great Conch Shell. Uncle Blenny, we're sorry we blamed you.
That's okay. I'm still the grand exalted keeper of the conch, thanks to Freddi and Luther. Oh, and old Sergeant. Gosh, what can I ever do to thank you?
Just do your duty, O grand exalted keeper of the conch.
I think we should work on titles. You know, for all the horns on that thing, I feel let down.
Rosie was convicted of violating Penal Code 682 for wrongful conch napping. She was sentenced to 4,231 hours of public service helping humor-impaired fish to be funny. Case closed.
So weird. Alright, final thoughts. First one, still the best. Second one, currently, still the worst. I hate the music. My only problem with this is it is so linear. I felt like there was a lot less tracking around. I didn't think you got that kind of feel of like, oh, I gotta take A to B and it molds you around. Felt way more like, I got places to be and things to do. I do like the two-part setting, so I was glad to go back to having the Mayan temple as a setting. But I would have liked at least one more, I don't know, once you figured out the crystals, I would have liked one more thing you needed to do. Just to take it up a little bit. It needed to be fleshed out. On average, these videos, when I work through them, they're average about 44 minutes. And I was kind of let down that although this was still 44 minutes, it's just because the cutscenes felt longer, not because the playing felt longer. But let me know what you think in the comments. I promise I'm going to keep going on with this series, even though this one, I swear to God, the sound is in a can. This is improved. You cannot imagine when I actually played it, the sound was something else. And I'm like, okay, we're going to be trying to bring that back from the dead. So thank you everyone so much for watching this with me and playing this game with me. This has been G.u.n.n, Bunny, and I hope you all have a great afternoon. Goodbye!